As soon as the weather cools down and there's a bit of rain, out come the snails and slugs. Now originally, both of these were aquatic animals, so moist conditions draw them from their summer hidey holes. Now's a great time to grab a torch and go for a nighttime hunt for these little suckers. And don't worry about throwing them over the fence. It doesn't actually work. They're very territorial and they'll make their way back and start chomping away on your plants again. They need to lay down a carpet of moisture in order to get about. So once you find their trail, look under anything that provides shelter from the sun during the day. Now, many gardeners use snail pellets, but if you don't want to go down that road, here's a couple of alternatives. Firstly, hand picking really does work. If you can get out every night for a week, you can make a huge impact on a snail infestation. Then lay out some boards or even some upturned pots in amongst your flower or veggie gardens, and that'll create a refuge where the snails will come to hide during the day. Once captured, you can drop the little devils into boiling water or freeze them in plastic bags for a few days. This second option is far more humane, as they'll just go to sleep. Then you can simply place them in the garbage. An old gardener's trick is to dust plants with wood ash. This works on both snails and slugs, as well as caterpillars. Sawdust barriers also work well because they're rough and dry and the snails can't cross over them. If you're a fan of homemade coffee, don't forget that the coffee grounds can be used as a snail repellent. They don't like that strong flavour. And of course, the great thing, it's biodegradable. You can create a trap by pouring wine or beer into a steep-sided bowl like this one. Now, the idea is that the smell attracts the snails and the slugs and they fall in there and drown. That's why it's a good idea to put a stick in there so that lizards or insects can actually get out. And for an Aussie touch, you can make a very good attractant out of Vegemite and water. To combat snails and slugs, grab a torch to check out the nighttime action, put on some gloves so you can hand pick them, euthanize them in a freezer, or set out some powdery barriers around your plants. You could lure them to a tipsy end or just eat them. Whatever it takes to get rid of those slippery, slimy plant chompers, then you need to get started now.